Hi, welcome to day 4 of your postpartum return exercise strength program with Jules. We're going to do our pelvic floor breathing today standing. So we'll see what a little gravity and a little engagement of the lower body feels like in trying to relax and contract those muscles. So you put your hands on your page if you wish. You can put them to your sides. Just relax your shoulders. Try to relax the body. We're going to inhale. I'll put my hands on my hands. Or on my ribcage. Feel that ribcage expand, relax pelvic floor as the air comes into our pelvis. Exhale. Light squeeze those muscles, ribcage comes back in, and again inhale. Relax pelvic floor, exhale. Light draw up. Inhale, release, relax, expand, and exhale, light squeeze, drying up. Ribcage together, a little turn on of the abs is okay. And 2 more, inhale. Relax, expand, exhale, lightly drying up. All right, yes, how did that feel? Was standing to your pelvic floor breath different? Harder? Maybe easier? I don't know. A lot of times when we're having to engage our pelvis and our legs, it can be a little bit harder to connect those muscles as opposed to just being totally relaxed. Yeah, keep playing around with it. And then we'll come down all fours. Gonna do a little thread the needle. Show you the slight angle here. Nice and engaged, active, all fours position, fingers out wide, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, relax pelvic floor, twist as far as you can up. Exhale, bring that arm down and through. Bring your opposite cheek towards the floor. You don't actually have to touch, that's fine. Inhale, back out. And exhale, bring it down. Inhale, out. Exhale, down. One more, inhale out. Pause at the top. Oh yeah, feel that little stretch on our spine and our shoulder. Exhale down. In our chest too, I should say. Boop-a-doo. From the front. Nice engaged, pushing away. Inhale, twist. Exhale, bring it through. And now open twist, looking towards that hand as I go. And exhale down. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring it down. Let's do 2 more. Pause anywhere you need to pause, by the way. At the top's usually a good spot. Try not to shift my hips too much as I push through that twist. And last one down through. All right. Woo! Then we'll go thread the needles. We're going to do the all fours hip pull that we did, I think, in day 1, also in the pelvic floor video, but we're going to add a little something, something. This is actually a card holder, but if you have a yoga block or a thick book or even 2 books that you can stack on top of each other, you want something to put one of your knees on. So we're going to come to all fours again. One knee is going to be raised up with whatever it is you have. And of course, this is going to be a little awkward angle, like dip down on one side of our hips. So make sure we're not dipping our lower back either, but staying engaged as we feel that separation. And then this toe stays down, but not pressing into the floor, but using this hip socket. We're going to pull that knee off the ground as high as we can get it and back down. So we have this deficit that we're going to have to pull against. So we're getting an extra range of motion on not just that hip joint, but all the muscles connecting it, which includes the pelvic floor. Trying to keep my head and neck neutral if I don't want to look down and watch. But checking in on it's not a bad idea. And one more pull there, and we'll switch sides. Hopefully my card box isn't going to break on me. All right, so now I have a deficit over here on my right knee, checking in to see how high I can lift it, how does this feel, and I'm pulling from the socket. I'm not pushing with my foot, I'm not pulling with my leg. Those muscles are engaged, again, and they're stretching. I'm trying to just go straight up. on that hip. Awesome. Huh, yeah. Chances are that felt a little bit different than it did from just on the ground with all fours. Also, you can change the height of that. More deficit, more range of motion. Less is less. And next in our warm up, we are going to do an elevated scap push-up into a shoulder tap. And have no fear, scap push-ups are doable for anybody. It's not a real push-up. But you do want something elevated. You can do, this is a low elevation. You can also use like the back of a couch or a chair or the wall. Any of those are great options, very depending on how this feels on your core, your ability to maintain your plank position. Yeah, so we're gonna come down in a push-up style position or a plank position on our hands. Our hips are not too far down, they're not too far up, they're just right. Making sure that we have good connection as well, so we don't want anything slipping and sliding with our hands. Hopefully your elevation is also nice and stable. We're gonna be on our toes here. Nice straight line from my wrist to my shoulders. That will vary depending on your height as well, but do your best to maintain that. And then a scap push-up, we're dropping our chest towards the floor. Our scaps kind of push towards each other, but our elbows do not bend, and then we push away. So let our chest drop down, and we push away. So we're getting a little mobility, warming up the backside. Again, those scap muscles up and down. 6, 7, 8. So notice I never bent my elbows. It's a slight motion, drop, and return. All right, bring it up, shake it out a second. We're going to come back to that position, and we're going to tap our shoulders, doing our best not to rock our hips side to side. So back in this push-up position, nice and sturdy and steady. Tap, tap. Again, I'm not here rocking. If I am, I can go wider with my feet, help keep myself a little bit more stable. As I tap my shoulder, good, slow, controlled. Keep those hips down. Keep those wrists behind the shoulders, so you don't want to come out here really far away. 10 to 12 of those taps total, 5 to 6 on each side. Grab our resistance band, a long one. So again, if you don't have the full hoop style, all good. We're going to stick this under our feet, step on it. Hopefully you have handles or something easy to grip on the sides. And we're going to come standing. And we're going to check on the posture, shoulders back and down. This band is pulling my arms down slightly, and I'm going to come into a hip hinge position. This is a good morning. So setting my hips back and keeping my weight in my midfoot. I'm not letting myself collapse, keeping my back nice and flat. I'm going to bend down until I feel tension in my hamstrings, and I'm going to come back up again. I am not pulling my arms here. I'm keeping them down. So they just stay extended. It's fine if you lose tension in your band down there. Just let those arms go nice and loose, but keep those shoulders back and stand. So up and down, just a little bit of resistance on that band as I hip hinge. Again, should be feeling those hamstrings. I should not be here. Knees are not forward. Look down, make sure your shin is vertical to the floor, right? So it's not pushing my knees forward. I'm keeping those knees back. Up and down. I don't know how many that was. I don't know, somewhere in the 8 to 12 range. Again, we're warming up that back side, so I want to feel that little pull and that tension in the hamstrings, a little bit in the glutes as well. And then we're going to come into that bent over position, and we're going to stay here. Keep those shoulders back again, turn on my core, and I'm going to row or pull that band in towards my pockets. I'll show you from the front here as well. So maintaining my bent over position, pulling those shoulder blades back behind me. Yes, giving a nice warm up to that upper body. So again, same count, 8 to 10 pulls after your 8 to 10 good mornings. And we're going to end with a couple of pass-throughs because I love these. Opening up the chest, a little shrug at the top, all the way through, all the way over if it feels okay for you. Pulling that band as much as you need to, but keeping those arms straight, wrists out straight. avoiding the lean. Neutral pelvis, which again is slightly tilted forward. It's not here. It's not tucked. Neutral pelvis, ribs stacked over. Two more. Good. The microphone didn't get bounced around too much. Awesome. So there we are, warmed up. Hopefully, if you're not feeling it, go ahead and repeat those, or at least the good mornings and the bent over rows. You can do those again if you're feeling like you need a little bit more something here before we get going. Otherwise, I'm going to put that 10 minutes on the clock, and we are going to do continuous movement for 10 minutes. We have 4 new exercises that we're going to go over today. We are going to need just 2 things: a box, bench, chair, something that is yay-ish height. Similar to our squats, we're not going to be squatting, but that's an appropriate height, about 90 degrees to sit on. Something that's not too cushy and not too firm. Just right. I've said that a lot today. That's fine. You'll find something that works. But again, just making sure it's not moving around on you is probably the biggest thing. We're going to do hip thrusts on our elevated surface or sitting apparatus. And then you're going to need a set of light weights. So I only have heavier dumbbells, so I'm using water bottles. I fill them out about halfway. So I'm going to use these as my light weights today. So find something that's appropriate for you in the lightweight category, and then we'll be ready to go and rock this out. Okay, let's do it. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. Time's on. Hip thrust to start. So I'm coming to my sitting object, bringing my body down slowly until I am resting my or balancing myself right below the bottom of my scapula. So mid little upper back action, and I'm holding myself up on my feet with my glutes so my body's off the ground. I'm going to drop my hips down as far as I feel comfortable, and then bring them back up or thrust them back up. My hands are best here, crossed across my chest, so I'm avoiding gripping with my arms. I want to hinge right on that back spot, and I don't want to drop my hips and keep my shoulders back because that's going to put a weird arch on your back. So hips down, my spine stays straight, so my rib cage comes down as I drop my hips and extend. If your surface is hard like mine, feel free to put a towel or a pillow or a blanket so that you don't get uncomfortable on your back. I'm going to suffer through it just for you. All right, we're doing 8 to 10 of these. If for some reason that's not working out for you, you don't have a right surface, you can come to the ground and you can do a glute bridge here, lifting and lowering your hips up instead of that hip thruster. Totally a great modification if that's what you need. Second exercise, already on the ground. Awesome. Lying on the floor, we're going to do a leg raise, little bend in my bottom leg just for stability. Hips stay stacked on one another. Foot facing forward. Flex, toes flex towards me. Up and down. I don't want to be open. I don't want to be closed. I want to be nice and neutral. Feeling the inside. Feeling that backside. Both. Jane Fonda style, up and down. This is one. You can also add a pelvic floor squeeze on if you wish. That would be either on the inhale or the exhale, totally up to you where you want to squeeze, but just make sure you're relaxing as well. So here's my relax and my squeeze, or my squeeze and my relax, either way. All right, that's probably enough. We're doing 8-ish, 8 to 10-ish per side. Other side, bend the knee. Knees are kind of in line. Belly, as long as my hips are stacked, all good. As long as my legs stay straight, toes are forward. Feeling all around that hip girdle. You don't have to go crazy high either. Like, don't worry too much about, making this into like a cheerleading move or anything. As high as your mobility allows you is fine. And a little bitty baby raise is just fine as well. Not counting again, per normal style. All right, woo, that is enough though. Awesome. Now we're coming to stand, grabbing our light weights, my water bottles. I'm doing A lateral raise goes to the sides and to the front. I like to put my feet all the way together. It's a little bit less stable, so I'm having to use my core to make sure I'm not falling over. If that doesn't feel good, go ahead and go wide. More stable, less stable. Kickstand, even less stable. Those are your options depending on what you want for your balance today. Shoulders roll back and down, no neck tension. This is all about stability of our stance and just using those arms, not our neck, to raise that weight straight up to the side. We're going to go 8 out. So I'm ending right here. I'm not going overextending. That's definitely going to kick that neck in. I just want to come to here. And then I'm going to go forward. Up to you if you want to go thumbs in, palms down, or thumbs in, palms down, or thumbs up. So you can raise here, or you can alternate, by all means. Do a little bit of both. It's going to change the way that we engage biceps to triceps. I don't know how many that is again. We're going to do 8 to the front or 4 each direction. Whatever works for you there. And last, back on the mat again for heel slides. We did these in day 1. If you feel like that was enough and you want to remain with the heel slide, please do. That's when we're dragging that foot away from us and then squeezing, exhaling, squeezing those lower abs as we drag that heel back in. Alternating sides this time. So inhale, drop, exhale, squeeze back to center. If you feel like you're ready for the next step, we're going to bring our knees up at a 90-90. Keep that 90. Inhale as we drop the heel to the floor. Exhale, same thing. Squeeze the lower abs, back up to center. Inhale, drop the heel. Exhale to center. So we're not extending our leg. We're keeping it bent at a 90. We're just tapping our heel to the ground and back up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. 10 to 12 total. We'll do 2 more. I don't know how many I've done. And again, if this is feeling like too much, you're like, no way am I going to get that many, drag the heel. Exhale, squeeze. Totally an option. All right, there's our first round. Ooh, a lot of explaining. Back to the hip thrusts. Glute bridge as modification if you need to. Ooh, sorry, water bottles. Getting cozy, rolling those shoulder blades back, but crossing the arms. Hips come down, head comes forward, spine stays straight, squeeze. Squeeze. If this is bothering your neck at all, I'm okay with you lightly resting your fingertips here. Just don't be yanking on your neck if you do so. Just fingertips, take a little tension off if you need. Woo. And coming out gracefully. You can hopefully just sit down or you can push yourself back up. Whatever you need to do. I'm going to show you another version of this leg raise. Go ahead and do the version I just did if you want, but if you want to turn this into a little bit more of a side core workout, you're going to be on your forearm. You're going to raise yourself up on your knees. So you're in a side plank. This arm can be here if you want or here if you want. And now you're going to raise your leg. So you're having a little bit extra core tension as you're focusing on keeping those hips square still, that foot flex, toes towards my face. I think that was plenty. Back down, other side. If you try this and it's like too much for you, please go back down to the floor. All good. We're learning here. All right, and 2, 3. Keeping those hips square. It's really easy to want to open it up. Don't open it up. Perfect. And up and down on this one. Didn't design that very well, did I? Or did I? All right, lateral raises. Here I am, focusing on my posture, feet together for a little bit more balance, work, straight out to the sides. Oh yeah, this one you can go thumbs up too. Totally up to you. You're gonna probably feel this a little bit more stretch across the back side of your arm, your triceps. This one you're gonna feel a little bit of backside this way as opposed to this way. Notice, maybe you don't, maybe you do. Switch it up. I think that was 8. Let's go forward. Straight. Again, don't go past shoulder height. Try to keep the tension out of that neck. Raise and lower. Slower if you wish, faster if you need. There we go. Heel slides or heel taps. a little bit of core awareness, and hopefully we can bring the breath into it as we inhale to lower, light squeeze, to return. Inhale, try to relax the pelvic floor. Oh, I added the arms. That is an option. This arm going to the opposite is a little bit of brain work, and it puts a little extra stretch across. Totally an option. Again, here is also wonderful. Switching up all over the place. All right, what do we have? Minute and a half. A little less than that. All good. Let's see what we can get through. Back to our hip thrusts. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Lightly rest my fingers, hips down. 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, here I can shimmy. It's a good little dip action in there too. All right, we're gonna do the laying down version. Less than a minute to go here. Hips are stacked, toes towards me, making sure I'm not opening up anything. Ooh, slowing down the pace. Feeling it a little bit more. Going fast, sometimes there's a little momentum, a little bounce. Makes it actually feel a little bit easier. Slowing it down does not. Oh, just hanging out, just chilling, working on my hip strength, glute strength. We got like 10 seconds left. Getting in a couple more of these guys since we're down here. Take advantage of our time. There it is. There's that buzzer. And of course, if you're done, you're done. Please try to drink some water. If you would like a bonus, follow along with me for some Supermans. I think I'm gonna go this way. So we're gonna come down all the way to our bellies and not smash our microphones, I hope. Arms straight out in front of us. Head and neck are neutral, so I'm looking slightly down towards the ground. I'm gonna do an alternating Superman. That means my opposite arm and leg are gonna slightly raise off the ground as I inhale. Keeping my legs straight, my toes are pointed, I'm not bending here. I'm only raising as much as my glutes will allow me, and exhale back down. So it's a slight motion and we're not jerking. We wanna go slow and controlled. Inhale, raise. Exhale, lower. There's 2, we're gonna do 10. 6. What we're doing here is working out our backs, by the way. You should feel a nice little pull across the backside of our entire body, really, but mostly erector spinae all the way into the glutes. Then I stopped counting because I started talking. All good. I'm going to rest before I do a second set of these. Feel free to lay your cheek down on the mat if you wish. Again, trying to keep my head away from my microphone. Bend the knees and do a couple windshield wipers. It's like a reverse windshield wiper. We've done these on our backs, so our knees go side to side. Now our feet are dropping side to side as much as your low back allows you. If this doesn't feel good, another option. Why not? Itty bitty baby cobra. That feels good too right here. Or just hang out. Just lay down. We love that as well. All right, number 2, 10 again. Keep those heels together, ankles together to start. Nice straight arms, point the toes, baby lift, straight leg. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, raise. Pause, exhale down. Nice and controlled. 3. There's 8. 2 more. Keep that good form. And 10. Awesome. All right, push up through our either baby cobra or full cobra, coming into a child pose. Knees outside of the mat, toes together, Hips drop down. If it's comfortable to get them all the way down, it's okay on your knees. Awesome. You put your arms out in front of you and sink down onto your mat, forward on the mat. If that's not okay with you, go ahead and keep your hips up. But you still want to reach your arms out and bring your forehead to the mat. Feel a nice stretch here with those hips nice and high. So either way, we're going to hang out here. I'm going to actually stop talking for a few seconds. Okay, that was enough. Much like our happy baby or butterfly, opening up the hips this way, the knees out is a nice little stretch on all the muscles connected to our pelvis, which includes the pelvic floor. Good place to maybe stop and do a couple of your pelvic floor breaths. Now that we're done with our main workout, check in is easier, harder, the same. Can you feel that relax? Make sure we haven't gotten too tight during our work together. And we're going to walk our hands over to the right. Left fingertips past the right one so you feel a nice stretch down that left side of your body. Relax your head. 3 or 4 breaths here. And walk those hands to the other side. Now we're stretching our right fingertips past our left and sinking down. Nice. All right, back to center. Bring yourself slowly up to all fours. Knees go in, toes tucked under, hips back down for down dog, just as you need to. Oh, and then tiptoe. Feet to hands or hands to feet, hang them forward fold. Head goes down. Shake it around, get a little sway if you want. Inhale, slow roll. That was not that slow. Slow roll up. Bang, reach the ceiling. Now we're going to do a very quick little neck stretch and be done. So arms come to your sides. Left fingertips up. Slowly tilt my head over to the right. I can get a little bit of various angles here. Not big, just a slight little nod of my head as it's to the side. Feeling this delicious stretch here. My fingertips up. Slowly return to center. Other side. Fingertips up. Tilt my head. Little baby nod. Forward and back. And return to center. Oh, good work today. Thanks for being here. See you soon.